All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops of the great millstone who taught us this truth. I'm the servant Milchamah-ba, coming back at you with another video. And this video here is going into the latest update from alleged health death of Lindsey Graham. And you can see this is their hit list that they have. And, Donald Trump talked about it too. He said he's number one on the hit list. Okay. Yeah, he's number one. So I guess these guys here must be plugged in with this Western beast system. They unplugged with, and plug with the beast system. They probably in it for the money, not unless they Edomites, behind the sheep, right? But anyway, word's been coming out that this guy here, Lindsey Graham, he's the latest of the of Iran's so-called target. And I'm not sure who it is. Is it actually them or not that did it? But coming from, the news sources, they said he died from some type of health complications at the age of 71. But I have, doubts and thoughts because of this one guy I follow on YouTube, this guy here. I think his pronunciation of his name is Mamu_OD. And he said that they had Lindsey Graham was allegedly at a facility, a drone facility where what's this guy's name? What was it? Wait a minute. He was at a drone facility over in Iran. Not Iran, but Ukraine. That's what I'm trying to say. He's at a drone facility in Ukraine, and that drone facility, Russia had bombed that place. Now, I did type that up in let's see, in his Instagram. Oh man, I lost it just there. There we go. So I type it up in Instagram. Your stuff like this you can't type up in on Google, and they might give it to you, but I just took my chances on typing it on the search bar in IG. So they said right here, Lindsey Graham timeline before suspicious death. Okay. So there we go. Said the Ministry of Defense reported that drone production enterprise was hit in Kyiv. Okay, so it was in Kyiv, not, I guess, Ukraine. You can put it, I guess it's one of the cities, but this is from Moscow, July the 11th. Interfact RU, Russia. This is during a night strike on Kyiv. The Russian military hit several enterprises of the military-industrial complex of Ukraine related to the production of drones, the Russian Defense Ministry said on Saturday. So I don't know when he was pronounced dead, which they probably gonna say that. Okay, they said Senator Lindsey Graham died at 71 after a brief of sudden illness. Okay, I guess they're gonna go into it. It's this weird coincidence. Okay, which they didn't go into it. So I'm guess he probably on the 10th is when he was there. So I think they announced his death yesterday. Okay, so yesterday was the the 12th. Okay, so whatever that date was yesterday, I ain't want to I don't want to kind of switch too far or throughout this phone. I don't want to lose what I have right here. So I don't know if they're gonna show anything. You got to be careful with. Okay, it says a drone crash just turned a Chewbacca high rise into a fireball, which I doubt if that's what that is. I'll try to see what's going in the Ukraine drone smash and torches you. Okay, but they ain't giving you too much. Just that this right here, this timeline here. So if he made it to Kyiv in July the 10th, that ain't too far past the announcement of his death. Okay. It says if you believe sudden illness, Lindsey Graham is real. It says Russian is renamed Iskander. Sudden illness in honor of Lindsey Graham. Oh, okay. So Russia is taking the account for it. So hey, there you have it. And, I wanted to touch on maybe one or two scriptures. Okay. Let's see. One we're looking for. Okay. This is Isaiah 33 and verse 1. It says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they deal not treacherously with thee. And it's talking about this place here, modern day Babylon. Okay, it says, when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously with thee, they shall deal treacherously with thee. So, this is going into how America has been dealing treacherously with, the nations. Okay. Right now, they thinking, they got their eyesight on Iran, and thinking they was gonna go in there and gangster Iran, out of their position. But Iran has been plotting, been training for decades, they say. So this is what, America gets, man. They've been the big bad bully on the block. And, they ain't being so bad no more. Okay. They the hammer of the earth is about to get what they've been wanting. Okay. I think that's Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 23. It says, how's the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How's Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Yeah. Because they are being shown that they're not as strong as they used to be. The nations saying now, the ones that used to be weak, how has thou become as weak as we? That's that Isaiah. Is that Isaiah 14? Was it 14 and? There we go. Isaiah 14. Let's see. Yeah, we got Isaiah. Let's start at verse 9. Isaiah 14 and 9. It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming, and stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has risen up from thy thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become as weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Meaning, they were at one time weak. Okay, they didn't have the military armor, okay, the backing that America had. It says, thy pomp is brung down to the grave, and the noise of thy vow, and the worms are spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? how art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations. Yeah. And this is just a prophecy to, right before the downfall of this place, man. Okay. And it's not talking about the spiritual demon Lucifer. Lucifer is meaning light bearer. On this side it has the control of the earth. They have the light bearer of being, on the left hand side, to do wickedness. Okay. And it's talking about a man, not talking about, the spiritual demon. Let's go on. It says, for thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit upon. I will sit also, Salaki, upon the mountain of the congregation in the side of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like unto the Most High. Thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They shall see thee and narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man? See, not Lucifer. The pitchfork guy that, the church push that's, in hell where you're supposed to be burning forever. That's a farce, man. That's, this is scare tactic that they've used to make you think when you go into hell, you're going to burn forever. Not by a long shot, man. The Lord tells you that the body goes to the earth, and the spirit goes back to the man, Yahweh Shemar Shah, or Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Salaki, he who made them. Okay, the spirit never dies, right? Okay, it says that see thee, Salaki, it said, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that make the earth to tremble and did shake kingdoms? Okay. And so they got Lindsey Graham, from what my understanding, allegedly, should I say, okay, because we don't know for sure, because I wasn't there. So people putting the timeline together, and this one guy here said that America wouldn't want that information to come out, that I guess he was a senator or whatever they said, or whatever I said that he was, but yeah, Senator Lindsey Graham. He said he was a big supporter of the Israelis over there. So, hey, they ain't playing by a long shot. And this game here, America has been playing it for the longest, man. They've been setting up puppet leaders and knocking off people that's in different countries as presidents, the rulers over in different countries, man. If they ain't with what the whore is want them to do, they get them out of there, man. Ultimately it goes back to the the central bankers, man. But yeah, so that's it, man. I just wanted to kind of touch on that. So hey, as far as they're concerned, this is what they are saying, so this is all alleged, so we just going by what, the underground news was saying, so they say, the American news media say that, that Lindsey Graham died of health issues. Hey, okay. I'm just pulling out what we see on social media. So with that being said, till the next time, Shalom.